Hey y'all, it's Stank Yonsei, and I'm back with another video. Happy Freaky Deaky Friday, by the way. But today I want to talk about not being influenced by non-believers, because in my personal life I'm surrounded by pretty much nothing but non-believers, or people who, whenever I say something about manifesting, they're just like,
"You want me to believe that shit?"
Girl, you're crazy. I'm not trying to hear that. Get out of my face. And that's honestly another reason why I made this channel, because once I saw that manifesting is actually real and you can have anything that you want, I was like, oh, I gotta start telling people about this. So I started off by trying to teach the people around me, but they're hard-headed and they're not ready to make the change. So instead of wasting my time on them, I'm gonna talk to y'all because I know y'all will appreciate it. And I thank y'all for watching.
This shit means something to me, man.
This kind of loops back into the video I made where I said, you can tell people about your manifestations, but it's all up to who you tell and how much details you give. Because if you know that you're on the manifesting wavelength and you see that you're starting to make it work for you, if you start telling people about your manifestations, especially people who are, in the point of their lives where they have a negative outlook on a lot of stuff, or they just don't believe, that can kind of throw you off track as well. Because if you're just now breaking out of your old programming, it's going to be easy for you to slip back into that. So if you know that you're trying to manifest a new job, if you know you're trying to manifest a new car, if you have people around you and they're not doing anything but saying, oh, well, how are you going to do that? How do you think that's possible? What makes you think you can do that?
What makes you think that? What makes you think that? What makes you think that? What makes you think that? What makes you think that?
That's going to throw you off track. And I'm here to let you know, stop letting people throw you off track. If you hold the keys in your hand, keep them keys in your hand. If they don't want to listen to you, if they don't want to believe, let them be non-believers. If you need somebody to tell about, your journey, get on YouTube and tell people like I'm doing it. Or like I said before, get yourself a journal. Because that, I look at it like a disease. Negativity is a disease. And when I tell you it travels quickly and effortlessly, please believe me.
I don't play like that.
Like, if you're anything like me, you've probably been in some situations where people will try to deter you. And you'll be so surprised at who it actually comes from. Like, it could be your parents, which I've dealt with. It could be your best friend. It could be your significant other. It could be people at your job. It could be random people on the street. So, my advice to you, whenever you deal with stuff like that, literally let it roll off of your back. Don't even give it a chance to be absorbed by your brain. You could be doing a whole lot more with your brain power. Don't let negative people try to knock you off your path. You know that you can manifest. You know that things are going to work out in your favor. So why would you let somebody in the 3D say, oh, this isn't going to work out for you?
That was the dumbest shit I heard all day.
Like, honestly, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what your background is, what you look like, what you act like. I don't care about none of that. If you try to come up to me and tell me I can't have something, guess what? I'm going to prove you wrong. And not only am I going to prove you wrong, I'm going to literally make you regret everything that you said. If you try to tell me I can't have the SP that I want, I'm going to give you examples of how I got each and every SP that I wanted to this day. And I'm going to keep on doing it just to show you, don't play with me.
Play with your pussy, bitch. Don't play with me.
I don't care if you tell me I can't have the house I want, I can't have the car I want. Guess what? I'm going to prove you wrong. And that's the mindset that you kind of have to have when you go into this. I'm telling you from experience, you can literally have anything that you want because you're a very powerful being. So with you knowing that you're powerful, you knowing that your mind can literally bring you anything that you desire, why would you let a regular person come up to you and be like, you can't have that? And you believe it?
Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
So if you're going through a specific situation and it's a little bit tricky for you, my best advice would be to stay away from non-believers. until you can get yourself mentally stable enough to, you know, ignore what it is that they're saying. Because like I said, a lot of people are walking around here on autopilot. They don't even know how to control their own realities, which is why they say things to you to try to get you to be like, you know, be like them. Misery loves company. And when they see you thriving and flourishing and getting everything that you want, they start looking at you like, oh, well, how do you do this and I'm not able to do this?
I'm the superstar. You're the supporting cast. Play your damn role. Sit down.
And it's like, girl, I was trying to tell you how to do this all along, but you were too busy trying to tell me that it wasn't real and that it didn't work. And now you see it's working. Now you want me to teach you.
Girl! Girl!
And trust me, I got no issue teaching the girls. Like, I'm literally up here talking to y'all every day for free about it. I'm giving you the keys for free. Literally. But the issue comes into play when you ask me for my help and then you just try to negate everything that I say. That's another reason why I said you got to be careful when it comes to the non-believers. Because when you're trying to break this stuff down, all they're doing is using their logical mindset to try to deter you or to try to make you think that you can't have what you want. And guess what? Like I said 50,000 times already in this video, you can have anything. I mean anything that you want. So stop letting people tell you otherwise just because they don't believe. They don't have to believe. This is your life. If they want to keep living their lives on autopilot and just letting life happen to them, you just got to let them do that. No matter how close you are to those people, you literally just have to let them learn their own lessons. So if you're going through a situation and you got people around you that's making it harder for you to believe, my advice, or at least what helps me, I just create a little bit of distance, you know? Like, not saying you have to cut them off, but I just either tiptoe around subjects that involve manifestation, or I just take a moment and I be quiet.
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius.
Like, I literally will not reach out to people. I won't answer the phone. I'll just shoot them a quick text like, hey, I'm trying to get myself together. I'll talk to you when I feel better. Whole time, I'm literally changing my reality. So if that's something that you have to do, I would also recommend for you to do the same. You're not doing it because you don't like those people. You're doing it because you're trying to help yourself. And sometimes you do need to isolate yourself just to quiet all the noise. And isolation, it helps me because it gives me the opportunity to be able to do things without complaining or without talking to people who you're used to complaining about things with. Because like I said, it's so easy to fall back into that old mindset, but you got to be the person to finally cut it off. You got to stop it. You got to put it into all that negativity, because yes, you want what you want, but how are you going to get what you want if you say, oh, I have this thing, but when you and your friend talk, or when you and your SP talk, or when you and your parents talk, you're being met with, oh, well, I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know how you think you're going to get that. That's not going to work out for you.
On your damn motherfucking business, bitch.
So if you need to isolate for a little bit, I recommend that. Me personally, I'm in a period of isolation right now because there were some really big things that I was trying to get worked out. And me talking to the people that I was talking to every day, I was noticing that it was causing a little bit of a delay with what I was trying to accomplish. And I had no time for that. Like, I was having real life issues. And yes, did I bring them on myself? Absolutely. Because I let my mind get a little wonky earlier this year. But I got it back on track. Which is why I said in my video last night, when I make these videos, I'm not just talking to y'all. I'm talking to myself also, because I'm giving myself that reminder. Hey, we're not going back to where we were at in 2022, 2021. We're not going back to that. So just snap out of it and remember who you are. And me personally, like I said, isolation helps me do that. If I got to stop talking to y'all for a couple of days, I'm going to do it. because I put myself first. I know that I need to make sure I'm okay before I even try to think about helping anybody else with their issues. Because 9 times out of 10, when people are talking to me, they just want to tell me about their problems and get my advice. I'm not a therapist. I'm not licensed or anything. I literally just tell people what helps me. And if they want to take that advice, cool. If they don't want to take that advice, that's even more cool. Figure it out on your own, just like I figured it out on my own.
Do you, boo-boo? Do you, boo-boo?
So, if you're surrounded by people who don't believe, just be quiet.
Shut up, girl! Shut up!
Don't say anything about your desires. Don't complain. Don't say what if. Even if they say what if, just say, that's not going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to get what I want. And if they try to combat that, that's when you need to just, okay, let's change the subject. We're not getting anywhere.
That's going to piss me off.
Or, like I said, go into isolation. Yeah, it might hurt, but as long as you know that you're doing it with good intention and you're doing it to get yourself what you want, there's no problem with that. Sometimes you do have to isolate from people because people can be really, really toxic. And when you're getting into manifestation, or when you're trying to sharpen, your manifestation skills, sometimes you can't be around people, especially people who don't believe. So if you listen to what I said in this video, you're going to be able to step into that mindset where you're going to be able to get everything that you want. And then all the people that were around you telling you that it wasn't going to happen, you're going to make them eat their words. And then once they see that you made it work out for you, guess what's going to happen? They're going to ask you to teach them.
Just as I thought.
And that's the best part about this, spreading the knowledge. But you got to spread the knowledge with people who are ready to learn. You can't just be out here saying, yeah, you can have anything that you want to a regular person, because they don't believe that just yet. They might have heard of manifesting, or they might have heard some things that have to do with manifesting, but they're not on that wavelength yet. So you just got to let them figure it out. But like I said, once they see you getting what you want, they're going to ask you, how are you doing this? And then that's when you can let them know.
Period.
Like I said, stop letting people in their negative limiting beliefs say stuff to you to deter you from what it is that you want. Stop letting people convince you into thinking you have to be realistic, because what you want is very realistic. What you want is going to happen, but don't let anybody make you think it's too far-fetched. Don't let people get into your head. You control what's going on up here. No matter what those people over there say, that don't got nothing to do with you and what you want, because you're going to get what you want automatically. So just let it happen.
That's it.
But that's all I got for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or anything, of course, leave them in the comments and I will respond. I literally respond to every single comment because I love talking to y'all. But until next time.
TF, ... I'm out this bitch.